We're in the room.
We are in the room, thank you. All right, that's on YouTube now. Okay, now, can I just say this? We are solving equations. You do not have a calculator in your test, so what we need to do, though, is we're going to solve 1 and 2 and 3-step problems. Now, you need to know the fact that BODMAS, good old BODMAS, there's a reason why we've been learning it, because when we're solving equations, we use BODMAS, and we need to solve equations, I guess, in reverse. When we're evaluating a problem, which way do we go down? Do we start from the top or the bottom? Top. We start from the top. When we're solving when we're expressing something such as if I had 2 times 3 minus 1 divided by 6, then you've got to understand that we work out what's in the brackets first. 2 times 3 minus 1 is 2 times 3 minus 1. Don't we do stuff in the brackets first? Yeah. So 3 minus 1 is? 2. 2 times 2 is? 4. And then we can do the division and multiplication in any order. So 4 divided by 6 would be our answer. Okay? Now, if you didn't do it in that order, all right, what could you do? You could say, because we don't do the brackets first, what could you say? 2 times 3 is 6. 6 minus 1 is 5. 5 divided by 6 isn't what we had, 4 over 6, is it? So, in the same thing, you need to understand that we are working our way backwards. Addition, subtraction, and all of this. Now, which two have equal weighting? Addition and subtraction you could do in either order, as long as you do that before your division and multiplication. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, what we're going to do then is we're going to do these problems. So you have to do these problems with us. Write out these 4 problems now, please. I'm going to pause the video right now. Write out those 4 problems, and I want you to have an attempt at them. I'm going to give you 6 minutes. Now I'm going to pause that video. All right. So if you're at home watching this, have a go at these problems, please. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is with these equations we're solving, and when we're evaluating things, if I was evaluating this thing over here, and let's just say x, we knew what x was, and that was 5. Now, what would you do? You couldn't go 2, you've got 2 of 5 plus 3 is equal to 12. Now what you couldn't do is you couldn't say 2 times 5 and then sort of just add 3 and then work it out that way. You've got to do it in a certain order, and that is what BODMAS is all about. Now, if you think about it, BODMAS here is all about solving equations as well, but we do it in reverse. The addition and subtraction happens first rather than it happening at the end. That's what I want you to realise. Now, you're setting out, the way I'm going to set this out is how you would get full marks in a test. There are a number of students that just wrote the answer. Even if the answer is correct, if it was worth 3 marks, you would only get 1 mark. You need to show you're working. Because eventually these numbers become much harder. They become irrational numbers in fractions and things. And they're not going to be so obvious as just guess and check. Because I know what you've been doing. A lot of you have been guessing and checking. So, how would you get full marks in this? Well, first of all, we've got to look at this. Is it addition or a subtraction? It's addition. What's the inverse of addition? Subtraction. So what we have to do is, and you can do this this way. Subtract 3 from this side, subtract 3 from this side. Now, by doing the inverse, it's going to cancel out that operation there, that addition. Okay? Now, what we can do then is our next line. It's not going to take long, but we've got 2x is equal to, 2x is equal to, well, the 3 take away 3 is 0. So we've got 4 take away 3, which is 1. And then what we're going to do is we're going to both divide this side by 2, divide this side by 2, and that because we're looking at multiplication and division. The opposite to times 2 is divide by 2. So what they're going to do is they're going to cancel each other out, and we've now solved for x. X is equal to 1/2. I don't know what's happening with this pen. It's not doing what I want it to do. It's a bit messy. Okay, now if I get over here, Alberto is going to explain to me what he did. Now, Alberto, you got an answer of what for this? X equals 2. Now, without drawing any funny drawings, would you be able to maybe write out what you did to get x equals 2, because x equals 2 what is incorrect.
Alright.
Wow, look at this heater. That's
Yeah, it's pretty nice and warm.
Alright, away you go. It's rolling.
Alright, so I went x plus 3.
Alright, so write it down.
So 2. Alright, oops. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Alright, 2 times 3 equals. Hang on. Oh. 12. And then
Now, is that 2 times 3x? What is
yeah.
it?
I think that's where I made my mistake.
Okay, I'm not sure what you're doing.
I don't know what I'm doing either.
Okay,
So.
all right, okay, all right. Well, I'm glad that you realise that for now, so because I think you might need to revise for your test, Alberto. Okay, and you need to learn how to use these things. You've got the Surface Pro as well, don't you? All right, so, all right, now I'm going to rub that out because that's dribble. All right, but by the way, Alberto did extremely well on his last test, so I know he's very capable. Aren't you, mister? Now, what he was trying to do, I think, is trying to expand the brackets using distributive law, which we taught you last week. 2x plus 6 is equal to 12. Now, you can do that. You can do that. And then what we're doing is we're doing the inverse of plus 6, which is subtract 6. So we're subtracting 6 both sides. What's that going to do is it's going to cancel out. We've got 2x is equal to, I don't know what's going on with this thing. 12 subtract 6 is 6. And then what we've got is 2x equals 6. Yes, you could then go x is equal to 3 as your last step. If this is a 3-step problem. So you're going to have a mark for each step. It could be worth 4 marks, but it'll probably be worth 3 marks. I'll probably have a mark for this line and a mark for this line. Is everyone okay with that? Or you could have done it another way. Rather than deal with this, you could have got rid of the 2. You could divide both sides by 2 first. And if you divided both sides by 2, you're going to have x plus 3 is equal to 6. And then you subtract 3 from both sides to get x is equal to 3. 2 methods. Oh, doesn't matter as long as you show you're working. Now, let's have a look at this one over here. Maggie, now can you explain? Now, I don't know why this is, it's sort of like doing some funny things, but anyway, I think Alberto has like possessed it. Okay, can you maybe write out and what did you get and maybe explain why you got your answer wrong?
I did the same thing, but I wrote another number. I wrote 2x over 5 instead of 2x over 3.
Ah, well there you go. If you write out the question wrong in the first place, could you perhaps do the working and show us how you'd get full marks for this question? So you're subtracting 5 from both sides. Excellent. Well done. Fantastic. That's really good. Really good. Fantastic. Well done. Now, give her a round of applause. Now, you would have got full marks. Now, once you get into VCE maths, this whole arrow thing, I guess we want you to eliminate that sort of method because it just gets a bit messy. But for now, if that's the way you want to do it,
We do it in the test.
go for yep. But because she's clearly shown each step, so I'll give her full marks for that. However, in a VCE exam, I'm just making you aware, Maggie, you're going to be in methods. You're going to be in methods, and you might choose to do another mathematics. And by the way, methods is a prerequisite for a lot of university courses. So whether you want to do it or not, a lot of students are forced to do it. If they want to, for example, do science at Melbourne, or if they want to do commerce, or they want to do accounting or whatever. There's a lot of courses needed. So, all right, now the last one is this. Now the thing, what I want you to realise is that addition and subtraction has to be done first, but what you see is 2x plus 4 over 9 equals 2, and you want to automatically get rid of that positive 4. But can I write this out in another way? Would you agree that this is the same thing as what we have? Would you agree that this is the same thing as what we have above? Now, you could, if you like, Now I'm going to show you, I can then subtract both sides, but what have I done by doing that? What have I introduced? A fraction. I've also introduced, so now a fraction it makes it harder to deal with. Now I'm going to, now I've done that, I can actually go ahead and I can use my addition, subtraction, and I can show you. Now I'm going to do it. What's the opposite of plus 4/9? Minus 4/9. Now I'm going to minus 4/9 to this side, which means I have to minus 4/9 to this side. It becomes ugly. Now I'm going to do it because I've done this a fair bit, but I'm going to say that I subtract 4/9 from that side. How many ninths are in 2? And like if I had a piece of pie and it was cut in 9, 2 pieces of that pie would be how many pieces? 2 pieces of pie, and each pie has 9 pieces. I'm going to give you a piece of McDonald's ice cream cake. Okay, it's cut into 9 pieces. All right. How many pieces in one cake then? 9. How many pieces in 2 cakes? 18. Good. So 2 is how many ninths? 18 over 9, or 18 ninths is the equivalent to 2. I'm subtracting 4/9. Now how many ninths is that? 18 minus 4 is 14 over 9. And look, oh my God, on the left-hand side we've got 2x over 9. So what's x, ladies and gentlemen? If I've got a 9 on this side and a 9 on this side, can't I cancel them out?
Yes, sir.
X equals? 7. Now, the thing is though, that's a stupid method. Okay? What I need to do though is I need to get rid of that fraction by eliminating the 2, eliminating the denominator. So I'm going to get rid of this and we're going to go through and show you the best method to do. Now, if you wanted to do that, you're just creating work for yourself and then you have to deal with ugly fractions. What we're going to do is we're going to multiply both sides by 9. Then that's going to cancel this out. And then what we've got is 2x plus 4 is equal to 2 times 9, which is 18. We're going to subtract 4 from both sides. And then that's going to give us 2x is equal to 14. And then we're going to divide both sides by 2. And we get x equals 7. Okay, now, this video's been going for 12 minutes. Can I get a show of hands, the students that feel that they now know how to solve 3-step equations? If I've got enough students now, I'm going to stop the video and we'll make another one on worded problems. Okay?